Diabetes is a disease where the body does not make as much insulin as it should or can't use the insulin it does make properly. In the United States of America, this disease has become an epidemic. Diabetes is caused by genetics as well as lifestyle choices. The majority of people in America that has contracted type 2 diabetes contracted it because of their poor dietary decisions. In order to overcome this widespread distribution of diabetes and obesity, we have to take steps to change our choices. We as a group believe that implementing a soda tax will help. With soda being so low, people will buy it and raise their sugar intake, causing diabetes. In this presentation, we'll examine how bad diabetes and obesity is in America, see the problem with low soda prices and how it correlates with obesity and diabetes, and how a soda tax will help our situation.
According to an article published on February 27, 2014 on the Center for Disease Control's website, cdc.gov, diabetes diagnoses in America has increased by 176% since 1980. These statistics show an unhealthy rise in diabetes and needs to be stopped. A jump from 2% to 7% of America in 30 years may seem small, but in hindsight, 7% of millions of Americans is still a considerable amount. Diabetes is an epidemic in America that people don't really seem to understand. The realization that medicine can't cure this disease baffles people, and some are still skeptical that it is your diet that causes the disease. An article from the New York Department of Health states that more than 1 million New Yorkers have been diagnosed with diabetes. It is also estimated that another 450,000 people have diabetes and don't know it because the symptoms may be overlooked or misjudged. This statement not only examines the spread of diabetes, but the fact that many are now informed about the disease. CDC.gov also states that children are also at risk. They claim that the percentage of children aged 6 to 11 years in the United States, 6 to 11 years old in the United States who were obese increased from 7% in 1980 to an 18% in 2012. Similarly, the percentage of adolescents aged 12 to 19 years old who are obese increased from 5% in nearly 21% over the same period. In 2012, more than one-third of children and adolescents who were overweight or obese. This shows that not only is diabetes widespread, but it also reaches all age groups as well as all races. This problem strongly correlates with how cheap soda is, as well as the other sugary products that have been selling off the shelves. Bottles of water are more expensive than their sugary counterparts. The scaling size is also a problem with a liter of soda being only a quarter cheaper than a small can. Not only is soda cheaper than water or other healthier alternatives, but it is also bought at a larger amount. Now, with all this talk about how diabetes and obesity is everywhere, one must wonder, how is this possible? What's the problem? Well, let's answer that.
The cause of diabetes is caused by two major factors. The first is genetics. The second and more dominant factor is the dietary choices that a person makes. According to the USDA, the average American intakes an average of 2,700 calories a day, which is 700 calories higher than the USDA recommended amount of 2,000 calories a day. The USDA also announces that the intake of sugar in America has doubled within the last decade. Aside from fast food and snacks as a main factor, soda is also a main contributor. A U.S. Health News Report study published on April 25, 2013 claims that drinking just one 12-ounce sugar-sweetened soft drink a day can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by up to 22%. Combined with the fact that a survey conducted by Gallup poll in 2012 states that 48 Americans intake soda daily, it shows how soda is a part of the diabetes epidemic. Soda is not the only contributing factor. Fast food, junk foods also play a part. However, it is the easy and cheap accessibility of soda that is a main problem. With a liter of soda almost being the same price of a large water bottle, Americans have a hard time moderating their soda intake. However, seeing such a strong and obvious connection between the mass intake of sugar due to prices and a rise of an epidemic, we the consumer are the ones who need help, who need to change. It is understandable that we have difficulty resisting temptation at a good bargain. However, there is a solution. Sugar and the amount of it that we intake is the main problem in our obese America. Combined with the factor of how easy and cheap soda is to purchase, Americans sure don't hold back on soda intake. How can we solve this problem? Soda tax.
The main point of a soda tax is to hopefully deter people from buying soda and slowly lower their intake of sugar. Of course, this won't solve everything, however, it will be progress and it will encourage more change in the American dietary lifestyle. According to an article on Buyer and Seller Insights written by Ray Collis on May 14, 2013, people buy rationally as well as psychologically, meaning they consider economics as well as emotional needs. Currently, the economic thinking of consumers outweighs the physical concern of diabetes. With the tax, people will economically be deterred from buying such drinks. The soda tax is also a call to action. With the raise in soda tax and hopeful correlation with the decrease in diabetes, people will be more accepting to changing their lifestyle. Not only is it a direct solution, it will, in theory, inspire larger and more drastic solutions to diabetes and obesity. In conclusion, we believe that a soda tax will help in the fight against diabetes and obesity and are for it. With diabetes being a widespread epidemic and soda being one of the main contributing factors to the problem, the cure would be a soda tax to decrease soda consumption. With the way we live now, diabetes runs our lives. Though it may be hard to deter from soda consumption, with the soda tax in effect, the need for that $1 soda is now reconsidered after price increase. Some may say, what is the point of taking such a small step? But we say without taking any big or small steps, we will never reach our goal of defeating diabetes and obesity in America.